and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J-Pops.
And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is December 29th on a beautiful Tuesday in the great city of Houston, Texas, people. We are getting closer and closer to the Orange Bowl. We do have some good matchups tonight. Just put this out there. It's not any teams in the SEC. We haven't started yet. We will start on tomorrow with the SEC. But Texas and Colorado plays in the Alamo Bowl tonight, and also Miami and what's the other team? You guys know it. I cannot think of who Miami plays, but they play at about 3:30, I believe. Just be on the lookout for those games. Those should be some pretty good, some pretty good games for today. You know what I mean? So just be on the lookout for those. So, guys, on this latest edition, guys, we're going to go ahead and get right on into it because we have a short amount of time, and I know you guys want to hear it already, all right? So we're going ahead and get right on into it. So the motivational quote of the day is, the feeling is often the deeper truth, all right? The opinion, the more superficial one. Once again, the feeling is often the deeper truth. The opinion is the more superficial one. Okay, so I want you guys to take that, put it in your mind, and carry on through your day, okay? And we're going to get on through this thing. All right, so guys, let's keep on going here. First off, for the AP teams, I think they had the first, second, and third team. Keon Green was on there, and I think maybe one more Aggie. This team has been so much disrespected all throughout 2020 because of how they view this team up against Alabama. That's it. The only loss that they can talk about for Texas A&M is the Alabama loss. And ever since we've lost that game, this team has been so disrespected by the national media and almost everybody. But they're ranked at number 5. Do you not know until this day, the national media and perception of others is that Florida is the 5th ranked best team. Florida is the 5th best team. Or if they had to choose today for the 4th spot, Florida would still be considered as the 4th best team. To the Florida fans, man, hey, man, you guys come on the podcast, man, and you guys give me you all's thoughts about this. Look here. I have no clue of what the college football world has against A&M. I understand what Jimbo Fisher done at Florida State, and until this day, I believe that they are still putting what that guy did at Florida State on him right now, until this day. And they want to believe that is what he will ultimately do at Texas A&M, which is crazy to me, man. Which is crazy. That makes no sense. That they give this team no respect. The offensive line gets no respect. The defensive line, hell, gets no respect. They do not respect this football team. But they're ranked at number 5, which is crazy to me. They don't respect them. What is the issue? Well, they lost to Alabama by a total of 28 points. I'm not going to give them no respect until they can either get it closer or they can just beat Alabama. Do you not know that Georgia, they didn't lose by 3 touchdowns, but Georgia still lost big. They still respect Georgia to this day. Georgia doesn't have a national title. Georgia only has 1 national title. But it's because of how the way they recruit. Hell, they respect LSU, and LSU has down season. Shit, you can go ahead and put Texas in there, and they'll respect Texas because of their past history. A&M, well, they don't have any past history. They only had one guy, which was Johnny Manziel, and then the next guy, which was Mike Evans, and hell, they had Von Miller at one point, and that's about it. Yeah, they're 8-1 this season, but that doesn't mean a darn thing to anybody. All right, they're 8-1 in the SEC, but the SEC is down this year, so that's the only reason why they're 8-1. This is what these guys think, and this is what these guys are saying. That's crazy to me, man. Give this team the respect they deserve, man. Why do y'all do this team like this? Why? But you know what? I need for that Texas A&M team. Oh man, excuse me, guys, but this wind is blowing like heavily. This wind is blowing like strong. But man, I need for this team to take all of that of what they're perceiving these guys out to be, and then use that as motivation and go out there and dominate. Jimbo Fisher, if you're listening, go out there and dominate. That makes no sense to me that they're disrespecting this team like that, man. That is crazy. And shout out to Texas, by the way, Billy Lucci, Olin Buchanan, Gabe Bach, and others. I listen to you guys every day, all day, man. And even those guys are upset, especially Billy Lucci. He is very upset. Cole Kubalik, I believe that's his name. He's very upset too, man. That makes no sense of how the way they're disrespecting this team. And they will continue to disrespect them because of the simple fact that they want to measure them up against Alabama. What have they done against Alabama? This team is 2-1 against LSU, which is our rival, and they don't even much respect it at all, man. They overlooked it. We don't care about that neither. We just won against Auburn, shit. But you know what? And this is crazy to me that somebody made a stat about Texas A&M being 8-1 right now. They said, well, out of all the teams they can play, A&M isn't that impressive because all the teams they can play, most of the coaches got fired and et cetera, et cetera. That is crazy to me, man. I can guarantee you this. You wouldn't be saying that shit if it was Alabama, nor Clemson, or Notre Dame, nor Ohio State, Texas, Oklahoma, or whoever, man. That is crazy to me, man. Y'all tried to drag this team through the mud. That is crazy, and that is amazing of how much hatred that you guys may have against this team like that, man. God, excuse me, I have to put this off because that wind is just blowing tremendously. But that is amazing to me, man, that you guys can sit up there and do that. Like, that's cold, man. That's cold. Anyhow, guys, we're going to go ahead and get on into this. Because like I said, we're going to make this quick, and we're going to go ahead and get on about here. The A&M, we're going to talk about this A&M defense, which is ranked number 11, people. I need the whole Aggie community to stand up. Once again, they do not respect anything that this team is doing. This team is ranked as number 11 going into their final game, which we have not seen in years. I want you guys to stand up and applaud that. All right, this defense has came a long way with Mike Elko. All right, and with Jimbo Fisher being the head coach, people. This team has came a long way, man. A long way. Respect that already, please. A&M is ranked at number 11. This nationally. This ain't no SEC. This is nationally. Number 11 with 316.6 yards a game. University of North Carolina offense is ranked number 4 with 556.6 yards a game. All right, so we're going to talk about this passing. We're going to get to the passing game of North Carolina going up against our passing defense. All right, so A&M passing defense is number 55 with 224.3 yards a game. Yes, we know that is our weak spot on defense. University of North Carolina passing offense is number 19 with 307.4 yards a game. Of course, that was with the receiver, I believe his name was Brown, that they had that opted out as well as the 2 running backs. So that offense was highly ranked because of that guy and those 2 running backs, and of course Sam Howell himself. So, Sam Howell passing yards on the season is ranked number 6 with 3,352 yards, 27 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. That's damn good. All right, that is damn good. 27 touchdowns with 6 interceptions. We know we know we're going to be on have to look out for Sam Howell. All right, yes, he's a playmaker, so that's who we're going to defend. Okay, so can we get to Sam Howell? Has to be the question, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, we can, and this is why. All right, the University of North Carolina offensive line has given up 29 sacks on the season so far. All right, and although A&M isn't in the top 10 team in the sack category, we're still in the top 30 with about 25 plus. So I want you guys to remember that. Yes, we will get a chance to get to Sam Howell, but Sam Howell is so electric to where when we get to him, I know for sure that he's going to break a couple of those plays and he's going to throw to somebody open down the field. I know this already, okay? That doesn't have any doubt in my mind that we're going to lose the game. I'm sorry. To University of North Carolina fans, hey, if you guys didn't hear, because I know you guys have been lately, shout out to you guys. Didn't have any doubt that we're going to lose this game because of what Sam Howell is going to do. I don't have any doubt about this. Our team is at full strength. Okay? I'm going to tell you why I don't have any doubt neither. So we're still in the top 30 with about 25 plus on the season. And we have a top 15. We got a top 15 pass rush. So we will make it very, very hard for Sam Howell to look downfield and make easy throws in or outside of the pocket. I want you guys to remember that, okay? Also, ever since Jalen Jones got torched through the air against Bama in Florida, he's been a very productive defensive back. Since then, as a true freshman, which hasn't allowed a touchdown since then, I believe he hasn't allowed one since that Florida and that Bama game, I believe. He has not allowed a touchdown on his side of the ball. Period, ever since that game, I believe. All right, so he hasn't allowed one. Since then, I believe, nor has anyone thrown to his side of the field. So please look for him to have a major impact, as well as Miles Jones and Leon O'Neal. Look for those guys to have a major impact in this game because Sam Howell is going to take some shots. Regardless if their top receiver isn't there or not. He's going to look down the field and try to make some shots. He's going to take some. That's just in his DNA, and that is in that offense, okay? So I know that. I know this. The only wide receiver that is left for University of North Carolina that could potentially have a breakout game is senior. He's a senior. That's why I say he could potentially have a breakout game. Is senior Daz Newsome with 48 receptions for 616 yards, 5 total touchdowns. The next guy after that is freshman Caffrey Brown with 13 receptions for 297 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I want you guys to be on the lookout for those two guys. But the guy in my mind for sure is Daz Newsome because he's a senior and this is his last game. Or may not be because he may be willing to return the next following season or whatever. So just be on the lookout for that. Like I say, this is just a little quick one, and that's pretty much how I'm gonna do videos throughout the week leading up into that game. It's just gonna be like little short, quick videos to break down some things on what this team will be focusing on so far as, going into that game and stuff like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Like I say, this is the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, please follow me on Instagram at JPops2020. Follow me on Twitter at JPops05 and also on Facebook at JPops. All right, I thank you guys and I love you guys, to all of the Aggies out there, as well as the Aggie commits that is committing to this class, and as well as the 2022 class. Come on in, make an impact, and let's grab us a national championship. In my mind and in my opinion on how the way this team is going, and I know a lot of the alumni and things like that, a lot of Aggie fans have that battered Aggie syndrome because we'll get that close, but then it's like, man, what happened? I'm going to be the first to say I honestly feel way more confident than what I've ever felt up under Jimbo Fisher because I know what he's doing. He's building something, and I told you guys this before. He's building something to assert this program into an elite level. We haven't seen it from the passing. So far as rushing, we've been elite all season, running the ball. So far as passing, we haven't got there yet. I hate when guys say, well, they're not an elite team because they can't pass the football. But they're calling Florida an elite team because Florida is passing the football as well as Alabama. You know, they're passing it, but they're a balanced team. That's the difference between them and Florida. All right, that's the difference between Alabama, Clemson, and things like that. Those two teams are balanced, so they can hurt you in many ways. Of where if one thing getting clicking, they're just going to simply go to next option. All right, so guys have to remember that it isn't just about passing the ball that makes an offense elite. That's the reason why Florida has lost 4 games. They can't run the darn football. Damn good football team. Dan Mullen is a damn good head coach. They just can't run the football. That was the difference in that Florida versus Texas A&M game. We were more balanced. We were the more balanced team. They stayed with us. But it was that fumble on when they tried to run the ball. And in my mind, I believe since they didn't run the ball that much, it kind of led up to that moment to where they don't run the ball that much. That guy fumbled, but you can't blame it on him because he doesn't get that many damn touches. He didn't get that many touches on the ball, okay? Practice doesn't mean anything when it gets up to the game day. That's always different. So you guys have to put that in mind. But I thank you guys once again for tuning in, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Love all of you guys. #GetMavis.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GetMavis.